I don't know when I really decided, hey, this soccer thing could be for real. There was no women's professional soccer, there was no Women's World Cup, and there was no Olympic Games when I was growing up. So it wasn't something I saw in my future. I just knew that every time I went to the field, it made me happy. It fulfilled a part of me that I couldn't fill with anything else. I feel very fortunate that I grew up in San Jose, because if you know anything about the geography or the weather, you'd know that you could be outside every day of the year. And so that's what I love to do. It just so happened when I was just about 8 years old, soccer came to my neighborhood. My mom wanted me to be Billie Jean King. She wanted me to be a tennis player. And my grandfather wanted me to play golf. But neither one were physical enough. Honestly, as a young girl, I never knew sports was going to be my career, and let alone soccer. I thought I would play in the NFL, actually. That's what I thought my future was, because that's what my dad watched on television. And I thought, I like football, I'll do that. Just turned out to be the other football. But when that moment happened and the celebration just organically occurred and the stadium was just exploding with lights and sounds and the team and the hugs and the laughter and just, you know, all the emotions you can imagine rolled up into that moment happened, everything changed from that moment going forward. The only thing I was thinking as I came from the midfield up to grab the ball from the referee is, don't look at the goalkeeper. That was the only thing, not we're in the Rose Bowl, not this is the World Cup final, not we're gonna win the game. It was strictly on the don't look at the goalkeeper, because she had the advantage over me in the game earlier in March, and I didn't want to give her that chance. And so I took the ball, I put it down, I backed up. I may have fixed my ponytail, very important, you know, very critical. I tapped my toe on the ground, and again, then it just became natural. The whistle goes, and just like that. There was a huge debate of, was it right, was it wrong, did it hurt the sport? You know, there's a huge conversation about the sexualization of women in sport, and that's a real conversation that we have to have, because when we look at our male counterparts, they're looked upon as being strong and powerful and skillful, and women are beautiful and maybe graceful and elegant, and there's a really tough balance for women. And can I be all of those things at once? And I think now, today, 2022, we can loudly say, yes, we can be all of those things. But I think for a long time, young girls and women had to balance those things, and that was really difficult. I think to this day, I'm still learning how that kick and that team changed the face of women's soccer. But I think when I listen to the Megan Rapinos or the Alex Morgans, and they talk about the change that's happening, and we know about equal pay, and that's front and center, and women's soccer is driving change in every industry. And to think that maybe this little kick had something to do with that is humbling and overwhelming and incredible. And I have to say, as a person who loved soccer since the early 70s, feels really good to me, because people would say, why are you playing this game? It's a foreign sport, nobody here really cares about it, and I cared about it. I cared about it a lot. I think there's things off the field through the game that we can do that are as impactful, like, you know, standing up for a cause and having your voice heard. It could be pay equity. It could be, you know, the safety of a sport, concussion protocol. It could be advocating for those with small voices. It could be underserved, whatever it is. Like, that's another way to give back. And I think, to me, the off-the-field legacy is more important, because the game has given me so much, and I hope that I've honored the game by playing hard and loving it and loving my teammates and loving sharing it with people, but that I can leave it in a better place so that my granddaughters will be safe every time they go to and from the field.
The move starts here, right? So you've done that against them, and now they think, okay, you're going to do inside, outside again. Only now you do inside, around, outside, and you go the other way. So it's like
Steph Curry.
basketball. So the basketball move is
Ooh!